This agri-tour project is facilitated through the International Office of the Office of Learning and Teaching. The project is an exciting one, mainly because we are developing an agri-tourism micro-credential curriculum with 7 other universities partners. Now there will be 4 within the Pacific region and 4 others from the European Union. This agri-tourism is a new concept where we are actually integrating agriculture with tourism. It's new because FNU has a separate agriculture curriculum that is taught at the College of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, while the hospitality and tourism curriculum is also taught separately at the College of Business, Hospitality and Tourism Studies. Now, this new agri-tourism micro-credential curriculum basically integrates these 2 sectors together through the revival of the traditional food culture and also the traditional food systems and activities to the tourism industry. FNU wishes to acknowledge the efforts and the financial assistance from the European Union.
Across Fiji's rural landscapes, life begins with the land. Before the world wakes, there is soil, there is seed, there is memory. Food, culture, and livelihood are not separate here. They are one living system. At the center of this system are women, farmers, caregivers, knowledge keepers. The quiet strength behind every harvest, every meal, every household. Here, sustainability is not a policy. It is a way of life. At the heart of this system is Friend Fiji, a women-led organization built on a simple idea.
So the organization actually was founded by none other than the current Minister for Women and Children, Miss Honorable Sasikiran, and it was registered in 2001. And it started off with making of products. So community development and the actual activities that we are currently doing, it started way back after 5 years of the organization being registered. That time she was a journalist based in Suva, and when she was going out into the communities, she found out that there were a lot of traditional crops, fruits that were wasted during season. When mangoes are in season, tamarind are in season, it was wasted. It just fell because the communities, they actually don't have the skills or knowledge, or there was no linkage to the market. So she came back and she started trialing. I think the first product was tamarind chutney. So she started off with tamarind chutney. She employed few volunteers that came and worked with her. She was working working under an organization, and on the side she was running the business. So whatever salary she gets from working, she paid off the volunteers when she actually started the organization.
When women are empowered, communities are transformed.
Most of the products, not really most, nearly all of the products that we develop and we sell through Motibai comes from farmers. So we have farmers all the way from here to Tailevu. We focus on the Western Division, Outer Islands, as well as the Central Division. So whoever can supply us the raw material, we are willing to buy. A few farmers able to supply the whole demand that we are willing to buy, but if one farmer not able to supply the whole demand, then we normally distribute to few farms. Like we give 100 kg order to one farmer, another 100 to another farmer, so they supply.
Here, the green economy is not theory, it is practice. What begins in the soil does not end there. Women are transforming crops into opportunity. Chutneys, pickles, flowers, products that carry both value and identity.
Currently, we have ranges of products. We have different flours, gluten-free flours. We have different types of pickles. We have different types of chutneys. We have the honey. We have virgin coconut oil. We have desiccated coconut. We have some of the crafts as well that we sell, like the key tags, and we have recycled paper. Mixing it with some of the leaves around the compound and the recycled paper from the office. So we make recycled paper out of it. We run it through the machine. That recycled paper I use for placemat. When we go up in the restaurant, you can see that as well. And we have ranges of herbal teas as well. We have powders, different types of powders. We have like neem powder, pawpaw leaf powder, moringa powder. So all those are different products. So if we count all the different products we have, it comes to 54. I think in the premises at the moment we use 3 different varieties. And for lemongrass as well, we have different varieties of lemongrass as well that we can use for teas. We have we can see we have different types of eggplants as well. The long eggplants, purple eggplant that used for choka, and we have the round eggplants. We have different types of bele, like we have the green bele and we have the red stem types of bele. So So for popo, we have Hawaiian popo and we have the normal popo. So all that we can use as well. Some of the products we have organically certified. Friend also does certification, but through PGS, Participatory Guarantee System. So we have some certified groups or PGS group. So for organic products, we only buy from those groups unless there's another group who wants to come in and do organic. Then we normally have to go and do some sort of awareness and then all the steps and processes in order for their farms to be certified. Then we can start buying from them.
Through training, through knowledge, through enterprise, they are building more than income. They are building independence.
Na tango chule andin raun-rau, au sa yang pakai 5,5 kali mau bakawati mai nadareanga, senganga. Kito tikibuta kana kani organic farming na 2016. Tartolak mi kinorto na tambanang ko na nadareanga, atau mai takapanon to sebu-sebu. Kito may vehicle kia ko sarangaya na pano kito sa tikibu may takatakapatakina. Ganangaw na ke mami parai dati ko na mami bulan ni mata bubale na kena ne minto lako na makete ke mami le sumai pakai senga suti sarani vinaka ko ya na puna ke mami rongo taki non to pamatala malele na lo ki mami ke mami tobole ana kartu mai babuli da veke mami kena pakai ngataki na veka tiko tiki veke mami. Bunga nangaw nantaw bakatar na lo ki mami ni samaya lina karta ka panang kaseliu. Na kena boboi binaka na itei na kana ni kakana iliu vera nantang kaser antau tabuna na kenra era senga ni pakai ngataka na be matang kaliwani mate bakanta saba ngataka tunangonongko ngaya to tiko nangaw na pakai mesa main rabu singa tiko na panua ina kena mai pakai ngataki tiko nangaw nangko na waini mate enta bolia mai menta na numo kenta mena buke kenta yanta ngare to pakai malua ni waini mate ni tota senga sarangan indona bebu ke kau tengah mai kenta na lenga. Na organic farming kau tu mai weekend na tikon bulan-bulan bulan-bulan nang kele na panuan ta teba kan ta reta bangko na kaka ne senga ni vaka na kaka ne teba ke ne panua paka wani matataki na panua paka wani matataki ta reta bangko na kena kaka na pakanta tintalo nda pa ngata kelongan intalo nda reta na ngonin talo ni paka me kakana kin na manumanu ya na kau ko ni wani mate paka ngata ke bena itete ya. Kito babi ni pinakataka pala puna bulir to meta kawarto na kani organic farming ni orto babuli da peke mami na itei be durumaki. Eliu ke mami ta kapati kuma yo abibida nga yana ngonangko ke mami sa zakava na karto tu kuna me be durumaki binak saranga na itei. Na kakanan raun-raun na chai na bunti na bin na sila vaya na kena binaka enta senga talenio tan enta lako ike enta leko tameke anto tan laka enta galak may bangko ng tete enta sare dan iram bulan-bulan binaka tunay tete enta sama rauta kan enta lai kau tanga maingko kau tamaingko nandu patiti ko nga na panua ya na kena binaka na tete bedurma.
And when crisis comes, when cyclones strike, when floods reshape the land, it is preparation, it is preservation that sustains life.
All the farmers we work with, if they have any challenges on their farm, they normally call us first. They will ask advice from us first, or if they are after a certain types of planting material and friend not able to supply to them, we normally link them to Ministry of Agriculture for their assistance as well.
Continuity is not accidental, it is built. But the story does not end at the farm, because today the farm becomes something more, a place of encounter. Visitors do not arrive as observers, they arrive as participants.
Normally University of Melbourne, Australia and University of Western Australia. They come here for the first day. We brief them on everything. So we let them go into the communities we work with. So the communities, they host them for at least 9 days or 10 days. So we normally work out with communities. So they actually stay in different families. So they learn the experience as well, and then they come back. So we have different topics where what they can cover, or they give us the different topics on what they want to cover during their visit. So when the visit ends, they normally present back to friend all their findings, challenges and everything, and then they normally go back.
Stepping into a world where food begins in soil, not supermarkets.
So when farmers they come in, if they want to sell in their raw material, they'll come here. So you can see that's the receiving and sorting board. This is where they normally do the quality control for everything. So this moringa, after they take out all the leaves, then they normally wash it first outside before they take it for drying. So all raw material cleaning and washing are done outside before they've been taken inside the production facility. So we try and make the process as simple as possible. So here you can see, like for machines, even though we have that dehydrator there, the drying machine, but we make use of the sunlight because today the sun was not really out, so they use that. But if the sun is out like really strong, that machine is off for the whole week. We'll make use of the sun. So we normally just put it in trays, we cover it using nettings outside, and then that's the same kind of training we normally go and do out in the community. Even for processing, we don't actually need machines. As long as you have a chopping board and a knife, process, you just use a hand gloves and a hair net, and that's all. And you have a simple dryer where you just, it has to be above ground level, where the dogs and all those things not able to reach. And then you cover it properly with the netting.
Sare na dango senimili malumusole au maramangani na singa-singa na tikinon raketi na busona muna. Kaka no korsa tumbutungango sa singantakarawa baka andal nitana tapioca ndalo au be kaka nanjina se ni wilikino kwa tumbutunga me kaungo sa kena ngauna tungo ko anda udabuti tu ke madu atau kona kawai ke mamisa soro buang bali sartungango ni sanga una tuni kawai sa bola sartalangango ngauna ni uto sana matio mena uto ke misa dau tike bu musu-musu misa banggarai kina na salani la ko sapa mama tatang tunggo me bakana tapioca sa daw bultagian kitulaw sa basarchu lambasa na China ndre bawa sibingango na uto beten ni lebu na dalan di banua ngone bu mai kina uto keto sindaw wa wele tak daw besi sibitak so de lele no nakil beti mai na uto mai dibioti ke mamisangai mai dutanu kona bulu na loma sanggai mai sel-selean el-sele singani o tia sa mamada sa tawai tang sarjunga me da bananga una sanda woti ke de kina na bale sanggai dau girta kina lori me ke mam sa tiki bula ko yani lambasa kona be kan rosa merai da singani tu ya ke mami te bakatungango na ni mami sanga te bu bale e bakana jinja na laya roni moli karondina na domboi erte tungango kay mamisanga kilaki ni narota lang ni buru-buru tungan ni labor na bay matanggal raw ni kawar tuwa bang tungango yung sabab na binapakalebu na bukuni namdo kambani na friend sa may garabaw tsibe kay tondo na buli ito babi na binapakalebu ni so nakaka tutungango kay mising di kila may ba na takibe do sangay may barita ka bay kay to na kenay wale-wale na kenay daka-daka ni kay to rawata kina na ilaw ka ureda nga hina me bakau ke igia Amaramay na vigorokoro I vi'i. Unga kai lo na ta tela ni vanua so ka te tonu ngi adakava me so somi uni falawa. Unga kai uo rani buli me falawa tavio kai ada rani ki ada va mamada rani da me falawa. Rani moli karo sa unga harno ta vigorokoro unga ramira sombu. Ara malai domboi ke te vanga akina una ngunuti rani ke sama ke dipolia tin roka ke sa unu mga domboi an rauni moli ni lelore ni gua oba bena bina ka bakale bena bungi kamba ni friend ni duruma ingo maya tele ni vanua na ka bakale.
As I already explained that we normally give the first priority to our farmers. And for if we need any raw materials, but if they're not able to fulfill the demand, so we normally put it in a flyer and we normally post it out in our social media page. And whoever wants to sell to us can sell, except for the organic products. We will only buy raw material from our organically certified farmers, or we just get it from the compound because the compound is also organic, certified. When the organization started, we used to market our own products. And over the years, after marketing the products, we have the trust in the market. So we used to have a marketing officer that does all the marketing, going out to different resorts, hotels, the different supermarkets. Then we have the trust from one of the biggest distribution company, which is Motibai. And currently Motibai is our wholesale distributor, so all the products that we develop goes through Motibai, and then Motibai does the export. We don't do export. So they distribute, so they buy from friend and they distribute in all the different resorts, hotels, supermarkets around Fiji, and they also the one that is exporting the products. Order for export markets as well, because when they give us order, they give local order and export order. So the export order normally have a timeline where we need to supply within 2 weeks or 3 weeks because they need to export. And we have the local orders which can take a few more weeks for us to supply to them. And they normally come and pick it from the premises once the order is ready. So yes, our products has been going on to, I think, Australia, New Zealand, and some other small countries. But at the moment, we are just selling through Motibai and other companies or private organization or whoever wants to buy the products in bulk and they wanted to buy straight from friend, they will have to come and buy from our retail shop, and then they can pick it and then they take it with them. But if they want us to deliver, we are not doing that. We will ask them to come through Motibai. It was after Prince Charles. Yeah, I think it was Prince Charles' visit to Fiji. He actually visited a friend as well. That time the office was in Lautoka in Naviti Street. Straight after that, we started applying for donor funds for community development work. That's when we started getting in small grants till today. Currently, we have 25 staff working. That's Lautoka staff plus Lambasa staff. So we have staff that works in our food production facility. We have staff working in the restaurant. We have our grant staff that works on the farm and do maintenance outside. And we have our program staff that does all the community development works or trainings out in the communities. And we have our admin staff.
In rural kitchens, food becomes storytelling. Smoke rises, hands move, Voices carry memory. A meal is not just eaten, it is understood.
At Tukuni, we love our tabu. The first thing today we're doing is freshwater mussels, the kai. We have set some kai upside down on the soil. Now we are putting some pieces of firewood on top of the kai. And now we light up the fire on top of the kai. The reason we do this, we don't want the kai to open. And we want the kai to cook inside the shell. The mussels are now ready. And now our kai salad is ready. We have marinated the fish in ginger, tamarind and garlic. We will stuff the fish with lime leaves and lemongrass.
And for our next salad, we're using the grated green pawpaw, the shredded taro fish, grated radish, coriander leaves, cherry tomatoes, bongo chilies, garlic and ginger, and honey. And we'll top this up with virgin coconut oil and lemon juice.
Women are no longer at the margins, they are part of the system. Producers, entrepreneurs, leaders.
हमारा सास 78 की है, लेकिन वो सवेरे उठी, ठंडा नहीं भी देखी, कुछ नहीं, वो जल्दी खेत में। और हम लोग जस्ती करके ये खेत वाला तरकारी भाजी खाता, और कभी कभी से जस्ती हो जाए टमाटर जस्ती करके तो हम लोग फ्रीज में रख के वो वाला भी खा लेता है, लेकिन हार्डली हम लोग ऐसा टीन वाला ये सब चीज़ को खरीदता है। और हम लोग के सब चीज़ बैगन हो जाए, बोड़ा हो जाए, बीन, सब चीज़ हम लोग के घर के है, कोई चीज़ ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग नहीं बोता है।
हम तो अपन घरे रोज़ सवेरे जल्दी जग के खेत में चला जाए, थोड़ा देरी कुछ काम हम करके 8-9 बजे ले घरे आ जाता है। फिर घरे रेस्ट करो, फिर कपड़ा सियो, तो फिर संजा के 3-3:30 बजे फिर जाओ, काबिज बो, लेटिस बो, सब काटो, बैगन तुरो, ये सब काम घर के है।
From farm to processing to packaging to plate. Every step adds value. And in this exchange, something shifts. Connection between people and place.
Because we have been doing a lot of food security training, awareness on the types of food that we need to eat. You have to plant your own food, and then the plan was that what about we just open up a restaurant and see if it works with only traditional Fijian food and traditional Indian food. And we opened up the restaurant in 2016, and it is working till today.
So you have a lot of customers during the day?
Yes, in the week sometimes, some days we don't normally have any customers at all, so it's not a problem. They'll do their work, the restaurant staff, and after that, if they don't have any customers by around 11 or 12, then we get the staff to go down to production facility. They assist there in production facility. So they still have work to do in a day. So the name of the restaurant is actually Tukuni Restaurant. The reason why we name it Tukuni Restaurant, like in Fijian, we call it the Itukuni, means sharing of traditional tales of stories. So we want to share how our forefathers normally prepare food, which is much healthier than the processed food that we are eating at the moment.
And this is Vola. She will be preparing the salads today. We're gonna make a very interesting fish and freshwater mussel salad. The first thing we do is to boil the fish. So now the fish is ready, and Vola will vasi the fish, which means to get the bones and flesh out and only to use the flesh of the fish. So now we're going to boil the kai, and we'll add little bit of water because the kai already has water inside. We are using the freshwater mussels. Now she's going to cut the freshwater mussels into fine pieces. Now we're going to blanch the cassava leaves, and then the poi leaves, and then the seitan leaves. We chop the cassava and poi leaves into fine pieces. Then we'll add the fish and the kai. To this mix, we'll add the dhania leaves, onions, tomatoes, and chili. Sea salt and pepper. And lemon juice. And then we'll finish it off with some fresh coconut milk.
But the land is changing. Climate pressure is no longer distant. It is here, and still women respond.
To the premises, we haven't been using any chemical at all. So because we run a restaurant and we also have a food production facility, so all the peelings that we get from the food production facility, all the waste from there, it goes back into our compost. Around the compound, you can see there's green bins around the compound. On the side of the gardens, so those bins are compost bins. So all the waste goes back into the bins. And for Tukuni, So in Tukuni, because it's also food waste, so we normally have a few buckets. So for bones, we put it in different buckets, and for paper, we put it in a different bin, and for other waste, we put in a different bin. Whatever needs to go back into the compost will go back into the compost. And we save a lot of seafoods. So for example, if we're saving fish or octopus, so when we grill the fish, all the scales, all the guts and everything, it goes back into our pest management or manures. So we normally put it in a drum and we leave it to ferment for a while, and then we use it back into the farm as a source of fertilizer. And as well for bones and for what I can say, for the eggshells, those ones we can dry it out. And once it's dry, then we normally grind it or pound it. It turns back into powder. It's like a fish meal, and we use it back into the farm for manure. And that's, yeah. So, yeah, we normally say zero waste. We normally compost everything back from the restaurant. And so basically most of the manures or the inputs we use on the farm are just from the waste from the two production facility, either the restaurant or the production facility. And we make a lot of trials as well. So we use the normal fruit trees or some aromatic plants we have. For example, we have lemongrass, we have tamole. So what we do when we actually do farming, we actually plant all the aromatic plants around the farm, or we integrate it with other crops on the farm. So it reduces the pests for attacking the plants or the crops in the farm. Or we normally do some mixture, like for example, moringa. We normally just harvest some moringa leaves. We dip it in a bucket of water or a big drum, and then we normally leave it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then we use the water of the solution from there to just spray on the farm. So we have one big tank. At the back of this tank, I think they just empty it. It's down there. So in that tank, we put all the leaves, either lemongrass leaves, pawpaw leaves, custard apple leaves, moringa leaves. We just put it inside. And after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we normally just take out the water from there, and we spray it 3 times in a week. So either Monday.
That becomes
pest management as well.
nice.
So Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays we normally spray all around the compound.
Not diluted.
There's some mix that we need to mix it with water. For example, when we do for weedicides, because we don't use any chemical, so we can do coconut oil with water. We mix it with water, and then we spray early in the morning before the sun comes up. And then when the sun comes up, all the grass, like very, very big grass. So sometimes when you come, when it's very dry, you'll see we have overgrown grass. We don't cut grass when it's dry season, because the grass has advantage and disadvantage. Only when it's rainy season, then you'll see we'll start cutting the grass. Because the grass as well, they keep the soil moist and they hold the soil. So when it's dry season, you'll see we have overgrown grass. Most of the people, they normally come and they said, oh, your place looks so nice, but you have a lot of grown grasses. But we normally explain to them the reason behind those grown grasses. Yeah, so we were just trialing it out. As alternatives to the current pesticides, weedicides we have. It works. We have organic simplified manual that we have, that it has all the different inputs for organic farm practices. So it was launched, I think, way back in 2017. It was launched in Holiday Inn in Suva. Yeah. So these are the documents we normally distribute around to farmers. Yeah, it has all the different ingredients, the different mixture that they can do while practicing organic farming on the farm.
Protecting not just crops, but the future. This is the Green Deal in action. where the economy is local, where the environment is protected, where culture is preserved, where communities are empowered. As income grows, so does voice. Women step forward as leaders, as decision makers, as agents of change.
अब चलिए हमरा तरकारी तोड़ के खाना बनाई जाए। अम्मा ग्वार तोड़े हैं, आई तो ये भी एक तरकारी बनी, इसके भी दिखा देती थी। अच्छा, आज हम लोग सबसे पहले मिथोरी बनाया जाता है। दाल बहुत हेल्दी खाना है और मिथोरी हम लोग यही दाल के मिथोरी बना के खाता है, जैसे बोड़ा के दाल, अरहर, उड़दी, मूंग ये और एक आधा और इसे सब मिला के तब फिर हम लोग मिथोरी बनाता है। मिथोरी में बैगन भी जाए है, तो हम लोग पहले बैगन काट लीजिए, तो इसकी फिर इसके इसे छोटा छोटा काट दो। ये टुइयाँ है, इसके हम लोग फिजी में डालो निताना बोलता है। इसके भी हम लोग काट के उस मिथोरी के तरकारी में मिला देगा। मिथोरी भी हम भूज लिया है। ये मिथोरी बहुत हेल्दी चीज़ है, ये गोश्त से भी हेल्दी है और इसमें बहुत रकम के दाल है। अच्छा, अब हम इसमें हल्दी छोड़ दें। हल्दी के बाद में बैगन और टुइयाँ हैं ये वाला। इसमें थोड़ा मसाला छोड़ दें और थोड़ा सी नमक छोड़ दें। हम जब मथोरी भूज के रखा रहा, ये मथोरी भी में छोड़ दें। थोड़ा देरी से भुजान दो। इसके ये मथोरी में हम लोग पानी छोड़ दिया है। अभी तो जब अच्छा से पक के आ रही तो हम लोग इसमें थोड़ा से टमाटर भी छोड़ देगा। मथोरी लगभग में 20 या 30 मिनट 20 to 30 मिनट्स तरह इसे लगे बनते। और जैसे अभी तूफान आएगी, कोई पानी वाला टाइम रहे, कोई तरकारी नहीं मिले, तो ये मथोरी घर में है तो मथोरी के तरकारी बना लो। सबसे सहज है, कोई चीज़ ना खोजे पड़े ना कुछ, घर में झुरा के रखे रहो मथोरी सब टाइम। अच्छा, अब हम जाता करेला के चोखा बनाएगा, लेकिन उससे पहले सब जितना आगी है निकाल देगा, लेकिन अंगार जो है और राखी है उसमें बनी वाला चोखा, करेला के चोखा। अब हम करेला रखता है इसमें, ऐसे 3, 4, 5 करेला इसे सेट कर देगा। अब हम लोग इसके ऐसे राखी से तोप देगा, राखी और अंगार दोनों है इसमें, तो ये अलावा ऐसे मापा को। अच्छा, अब हम लोग के करेला चोखा जो बना के रहा, करेला अंगार पे रहा, वो निकलता है और 15 to 20 मिनट्स तरह ऐसे लगा पकते, और हम लोग निकाल के इसके बाहर रखता है। अच्छा, अब हम लोग जाता करेला के ऐसे चूल्हा में भुजान रहा करेला, उसके चोखा बनावे। इसके सब बिया इसे निकाल के बगल कर दो, फिर ऐसे बिया निकाल देगा जब, तो तुम्हें इजी रही कि वो मैश करेंगे इसके साथ। हम लोग अगर मांगो तो इसमें से को लेमन के जूस भी स्क्वीज़ करके छोड़ दो, नहीं तो टमाटर छोड़े मांगो तो टमाटर भी छोड़ दो इसमें। फिर इसके महीन से काट दो, नहीं तो इसे को अगर मैश हो जाए तो मैश भी कर देना महीन से। इसमें तेल नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, सब चीज़ वैसे फ्रेश छोड़ा हुए हैं। प्याज भी अच्छा है, लहसुन मिर्चा सब चीज़ में जितना चीज़ छोड़ा है सब चीज़ में अच्छा रहे। हम लोग के करेला के चोखा एकदम रेडी हो गए, अब खाए लायक है ये। पीनट की चटनी में गार्लिक रही और पुदीना रही और इमली छोड़े इसमें। ये वाला पीनट के अभी हम लोग चटनी बनाएगा, पहले थोड़ा भूज ले तो फिर इसके बाद में सील पे पीसे के है। पीनट में बहुत जस्ती फोकला रहे हैं तो इसके हम लोग जब भूज देता है फ्राइंग पैन में, इसे कढ़ाई में, तो इसके फोकला बहुत अच्छा से निकल जाता है। इसके हम लोग फिर ऐसे फोकला सब उड़ा देता है, तब इसकी अब सबको चटनी पीसो। अच्छा, पीनट में हम लोग लहसुन छोड़ दिया है, इमली छोड़ता है, मिर्चा और पुदीना, और इसमें हम नमक भी छोड़ देगा। इसके अच्छा हमने इसे मिला दिया, सब चीज़ एक के मिला दिया। अब इसके थोड़ा थोड़ा करके ऐसे पीसे पड़ी। अब हम लोग जाता है रोटी बनाए, तो हम लोग के नॉर्मल फ्लावर थोड़ा से है और इसमें हम लोग कसेरा के आटा मिलाता है। कसेरा के आटा हम लोग के तो घरे कसेरा हम लोग बोता है। जब ढेर कसेरा हो जाए तो हम लोग इसमें कभी कभी नहीं जस्ती करके हम लोग आटा ही बना के रख लेता है। और आटा इसे मिला के रोटी बनाए एकदम ढेर स्वाद लगे। और इसमें हम लोग थोड़ा से सरसों भाजी बोया है, सरसों भाजी भी मिला लेता है। और अब तो हम लोग के आटा ये फ्रेंड लोग भी करे हैं, आटा बनाए हैं तो हम लोग लोग से भी ले लेता है, फ्रेंड में से ले जाके ले लेता है, वहाँ पे भी मिल जाए हम लोग के आटा। अब इसमें हम लोग गाय के घी लगा देता है, गाय के घी लगाए के इसे सान लेता। जितना अच्छा सनान रहे उतना अच्छा रोटी भी रहे है इसके।
जब हम लोग के मकई का आटा बनाया करे तो हम लोग मकई पेड़ में जुरान देता, तब उसको टूटता है। गाना गाओ। चले अब चक्की, अब मकई पिसा के गिरे, आटा बने।
अब हम लोग जाता मकई की रोटी बनाए। ये मकई के आटा है और ये नॉर्मल फ्लावर है, मिक्स करके तब रोटी बनाएगा। ये हम लोग के घर के घी है, पीवा घी घर के, इसमें लगाए तब मकई के आटा की रोटी बनाए, रोटी सॉफ्ट रही। हमारा अम्मा हमें रोटी बनाए सिखाई, हम टाइम बहुत छोटा रहा
क्लास 3 में पढ़ता है। ये बहुत स्वाद रोटी है और रोटी से सबसे अलग रोटी है। इसके टेस्ट बहुत स्वाद है।
This is a dish of mithori. Mithori is lentils, dried, stored, very rich in protein. And it's a great disaster-ready food because you can always keep it. Then all sorts of vegetables, we normally grate it and you can cook it with yogurt. This is called raita. Anything cooked in yogurt is raita. And today we've made gourd out of it. Avel is an extremely healthy dish. There's a range of root crops, vegetables, high protein pulses, all cooked without any frying and seasoned with coconut milk. So it's very rich, very healthy. And we have something called rasam that we use often for when there are fever breakouts and things. Again, it's tamarind. It's a very cooling thing. We just give it with a bit of spice, and it is a very nice, healthy drink when we have fever or cough. There's maize roti. Most grains we are able to use into making roti, and that is a more wholemeal, more wholesome food. And we also have dosa, which is made from rice flour. It is not fried, or it's not, there is no frying or oil frying involved. Then of course our famous dal. We use all sorts of grains for dal. Today we've made you dal from pigeon pea, locally grown. You know, in the olden days when we used to grow a lot of grains and there was surplus, they used to make balls, mix multiple grains and sun-dried in balls. And it was just kept sun-dried. Then whenever you need it, you curry it like that. Like when there's no fresh vegetables, it's flooding time, you know.
It's really nice. I can taste the pure coconut cream.
This is the first time I'm eating dosa and I'm really enjoying it.
Yes, and when we had a range of mix in the flour, it was much healthier, much more wholesome. And you know,
yeah, because we've developed dependencies on, you know, we're eating wheat all day and we're eating dairy all day, and everyone's saying that we've got all these allergies. I just think we're not diversified enough, right? Like before, when we were doing what you're saying, eating massive amounts of different types of grains all the time, we were far healthier than flooding our systems with the same things all day.
Try the dal, it's very nice, yummy.
This is no longer just farming, and it is not just tourism. It is a living system of resilience, built by women who know the land, shared with those who come to learn, from farm to fork and far beyond.